This is the story of Krishna and Kalia. Gokul was a happy place. Little children playing about. Gentle mooing of cows, song and laughter everywhere. The gopis sang and laughed as they churned milk and put the butter away in pots. Pretty young gopis dressed in red and yellow danced from one house to another, collecting butter and ghee to send to the market. Their merry chatter turned into loud complaints when Krishna and his friends attacked their pots of freshly churned butter. Krishna and his friends were notorious for stealing butter. However high the gopis hung their pots, Krishna would find a way to reach it and finish off all the butter. That Krishna, he gets naughtier each day, the gopis complained. I'll spank him when I catch him eating my butter, said another one. Oh my! Not only has he finished all the butter I made, but he has also broken the pot, screamed a third. Some of them would march up to Yashoda and complain to her about Krishna. I will teach him a lesson today. Never again will he dare to eat any butter, let alone steal it, Yashoda would assure the gopis angrily. But just the sight of Krishna, with the peacock feather in his hair, a flute tucked in the waistband of his dhoti, and his big innocent eyes full of laughter and naughtiness, would make the gopis forget their anger. The gopis would take Krishna and his brother Balram to their home, feed them with lots of butter, and give them creamy milk to drink. The happiest among them were those who went to graze cows with Balram and Krishna. It was such fun! They sang and danced to the tunes of Krishna's flute all the way to the grazing ground on the banks of the Yamuna. The cows would placidly chew the cud, and Krishna and his friends would play kabaddi or leapfrog. Sometimes they would take a ball and each one would toss it high into the air for the other one to catch. Hey, catch the ball, the boys would shout. But don't let it fall into the river. Whoever missed the catch and allowed the ball to fall into the Yamuna would have to jump in and come back with the ball before the others counted from 1 to 10. If he could not bring the ball out before the count of 10, a punishment awaited him when he finally appeared. All the boys would pick him up and toss him into the river with the ball after him. Everybody would laugh till they almost split at their sides. One day, a huge snake named Kalia came to live in the Yamuna. He was black as night and had 10 ugly hoods. The poison from his breath changed the sweet water of the Yamuna from a sparkling blue to a muddy brown and finally to an inky black. Kalia set up his kingdom on the bed of the river Yamuna. Thousands of snakes, big and small, came to live there. The lush green grass on the river banks withered and died. The birds flew away from the nearby trees, and children began to stay away from the river bank. No one brought the cows to graze near the Yamuna. Don't go too near the river bank, the parents told their children. Don't drink the river water. Look after one another. Take care of Krishna, said Yashoda to Balram. Don't play anywhere near the river. The mothers of Gokul warned their children as they took the cows to graze. The children promised to obey. One fateful day, when Balram did not accompany them, Krishna and his friends went to graze the cows by themselves. They tried not to think of the huge black snake. Singing and dancing, they reached the grazing grounds, where they took out their ball and began to play. Further and further they flung the ball. One to the other to the next. They jumped and tossed the ball, enjoying themselves immensely. In their excitement, they did not notice that they had strayed away dangerously close to the river. Krishna, I am going to throw the ball so far, you will never be able to catch it, said one of Krishna's friends as he flung the ball with all his might. The ball flew high in the air over Krishna's head and went straight towards the river Yamuna. The children watched in horror as the ball rolled on towards the river and fell into the water with a plop. The water hissed and bubbled at the place where the ball had fallen. The children looked at each other and finally at Krishna. Before anybody could speak, Krishna said, All right, I know the rules. I'll jump in and get the ball. Start counting." As soon as he said that, the children screamed, "No, Krishna, no!" They were horrified. "We will get another ball tomorrow. Let us play something else. Let it be, Krishna. Don't go." "Why should I let it be? I am going to get the ball," said Krishna as he marched towards the river. One little cowherd began to cry. "Please, Krishna, don't jump into the Yamuna," he pleaded between sobs. Krishna stopped when he saw the little boy crying. "I have an idea. Let us ask Kalia to return our ball. Maybe he will give it back to us if we plead with him," suggested one of them. "No, he won't," said Krishna. "Do let's try, please, Krishna." The little cowherd pleaded again. "Oh well," said Krishna. "Try if you must." Yes, let us ask Kalia to give our ball back," they all shouted. So each one folded his hands and in the softest, most polite manner said together in one voice, "Oh dear Kalia, our ball has fallen into the river. Please will you return it to us?" they pleaded. No luck. "You are such a great and big snake. What is a little ball for a generous creature like you?" They tried again. The river was calm and still. There was no response from the thick black waters of the river. Krishna lost his patience. Before anyone knew what was happening, he had plunged into the slimy black water of the Yamuna. How the water hissed and smoked! Evil black bubbles seemed to rise above the water as it quickly closed over Krishna. Krishna's friends remained frozen for a few seconds. The only sound that could be heard was the hissing and the bubbling of the river waters. The quietness was broken by the clamor of young voices as each one decided to jump into the Yamuna after Krishna. "I am going in after him," said one of them. "I will come too," said the other. "So will I." As they readied themselves, the little cowherd said, "I think we should go to the village and get help." But some of us should wait here in case Krishna calls for help, said another boy. What about the cows? Someone should stay with them, said one of the older boys. So the group split into three. Some stayed near the bank, some remained with the cows, while the others ran off at top speed to the village.